Welcome to the Dougie Wuggy Story Hour.
Yeah!
Today's story is called, Hey Mom, I'm Peter Pan. I can fly. So when I was about maybe 5, my mom took me and my little brother Peter and my big brother Jeff to go see a play at a local college of Peter Pan. And you've seen Peter Pan, right?
Yeah.
You know who Peter Pan is? He's a boy, he can fly. He's sort of like an elf, or what is he exactly? He's like a half elf, half boy. And he's got a little girlfriend named Tinkerbell. I don't really know what their relationship is, but and his enemy is Captain Hook, who's this pirate who's got a hook because he's a crocodile ate his one hand, and the crocodile is trying to eat the other hand. And he and Peter Pan are always sword fighting. And Peter Pan, of course, can fly. And as a little kid, I was very like, wow, I want to fly like Peter Pan. And when we came out of the show, in the lobby, they were selling like Peter Pan swords and hats and Captain hooks. And I said, I want to be Peter Pan. I want to fly. And so my mom bought me a cape and a sword. And then my brother said, I want to be Captain Hook. I want to be the bad guy. So she bought him a sword and a hook. And my little brother said, and I want to be Tinkerbell. And, oh, yes. And she bought him wings and a little fairy dust and a wand. And we thought that, he's like 3. He was very cute. Okay. So we're in the car. We have this big station wagon. We're in the back. And my brother and I are sword fighting. And my brother's like, die, Peter Pan. I'm like, die, Captain Hook. And then my brother's like, no killing, no killing. And he sprinkles his fairy dust on us. So it gets all in our eyes. It's like, oh, God, dude, what the heck? And it glitter, yeah. It's like getting glitter in our eyes and stuff. It's like throwing the fairy dust on us. It's just fake. It's like, no, it's just... And he's like throwing the fairy dust at us. And it's all in our hair and everything. And my mom's like, would you guys stop it? I'm trying to drive here. We get home, and I start zooming around the house. I'm like, die, Captain Hook. He's like, die, Peter Pan. And we're like sword fighting. And then I like, look, Mom, I'm Peter Pan. I can fly. And I like zoom around the house. And then I zoom up the stairs. And then Captain Hook is chasing me. He said, prepare to die, Peter Pan. And I'm like, prepare to die, Captain Hook. And we're like fighting on the stairs. And I said, you will never catch me because I can fly. And I zoomed into my bedroom. And I climbed to the top of my bunk bed. And my mom comes in. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm Peter Pan. I can fly. And I dive, full dive off my bunk bed. Just like, ah! And of course, I fall. No kidding, Doug. Face first, head first. My mom's like, no, she's trying to catch me. I knock Mom to the ground. Mom hits her head on the wood floor. I hit my head on the wood floor. And my brother comes running. He's like, what the heck is he? And then my mom's like, I can't believe you did that. And then about 2 minutes later, she goes, oh my God, your head. I'm like, and I run into the bathroom, and I had a bump on my head like the size of a plum. Yes. And then my mom's like, I just started crying super hard. And I think I was more upset about the fact that I couldn't fly than the fact that I had a major injury to my head. And so my mom said, I need to take you to the emergency room. And my dad was just coming home, and he's like, what's going on up there? And then my brother said, Doug just jumped off the bunk bed, and Mom has to take him to the hospital. And he's like, oh, my God. And so my mom rushes me to the hospital, and the nurse is like, what happened? And my mom's like, he thought he was Peter Pan, and he jumped off the bunk bed. She's like, sweetie, you cannot fly. And I'm like, I know that now. Why are you telling me that? I was like super embarrassed. And then the doctor comes in and he goes, so what happened here? And my mom's like, well, he thought he was Peter Pan and he jumped off his bunk bed. And he goes, Doug, you know you can't fly and you're not Peter Pan. I'm like, I know that. Why does everyone keep saying that? I know that. And he said, you have a concussion. And I'm like, what's a concussion? And he goes, it's not a concussion. It's a concussion. I said, oh, is that when you crush your head? I called it concussion. He's like, it's not a concussion. It's a concussion. And I'm like, he said, you have to be very, very quiet and don't run around and put ice on it and don't fall asleep for a while. I'm like, okay. So we get home and my brother's like, so what happened? And he's like, I cannot believe you did that. And then I'm like, I got a concussion. And he's like, huh? I got a concussion. So I just wanted nothing to do with Peter Pan after that. I was like, I gave my little brother I said, you be Peter Pan. He said, yeah, I'm tired of being Tinkerbell. It's boring. And so he's Peter Pan, and my brother keeps being Captain Hook. And they start sword fighting with the plastic swords. And then my older brother said, let's get Mom's knives. My parents had these shish kebab knives that look like, you put meat on a stick, but it looks like a little sword. It's shaped like a little sword, but it's real metal. It's sharp. It's like a little miniature sword. And we start and my brothers start sword fighting with each other. And my little brother goes, die, Captain Hook. And he goes, whammo. And he stabs my brother in the leg, right here, in the juicy part of the calf. And my brother's like, ah, you stabbed me. Ah! And blood just starts pouring out of his leg. And I'm like, oh, God, this is not good. And he's like, go get Mom. Go get Mom. And I run upstairs and I'm like, Mom, you need to come down because Peter just stabbed Jeff in the leg with a knife. And she comes running down, and there's like blood all over her new carpet. She's like, my carpet. And my brother's like, forget your carpet. My leg, Mom, my leg. Look at my leg. And she's like, oh, my God. And she wraps a white towel around his leg. And within a minute, it was like soaked. It was like a red towel now. And she's like, oh, my God, I got to take you to the emergency room. And yeah, again, and she rushes my brother. My dad was home. She rushes my brother to the same emergency room. The same nurse is like, aren't you the Peter Pan, Mom? And she goes, we have another Peter Pan injury. The little brother stabbed the big brother in the leg with a shish kebab. She's like, wow, that is a very dangerous play. And then the doctor comes in and he goes, Peter Pan, Mom, right? We got another Peter Pan injury. The little brother stabbed the big brother in the leg with a shish kebab knife. And he's like, wow. He's probably thinking, what is going on? What's up with those parents there? And he had to put like 7 stitches in my brother's leg. 7. And he comes home with this big, bandage on. And I remember my mom took those shish kebab knives, which should have been up top anyway, to this very high, shelf upstairs. And that is the true story of, hey, Mom, I'm Peter Pan. I can fly. Okay, let's see.